Hey Sunil, good
Hey,
morning.
hi Monisha. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. And it doesn't look like I'm on live with you at all because we've been chatting for the last 30 minutes backstage. So good
Yeah.
conversations. I think thanks for all the ideas that you shared, Sunil. But just to sort of introduce you formally, you are a guitar coach, a performer. You're based out of Bangalore, India, and
Yes.
I think the best way to introduce you is that you are a new collab partner, right? You're actually hosting a workshop collab with us and trying to teach children and grown-ups, the six strings of guitar, as you have called it. So thank you
Yes.
so much, Sunil. Thank you so much for honoring the platform and for collaborating with us for this festival event, Christmas celebrations, a reason to sparkle. So welcome on board. Uh,
Thank you,
so my
Monisha. I'm equally excited and honored to be on this platform as well. Thank you.
Now, pleasure's all ours, Sunil. So my first question to you, okay, is going to be, I hate that word actually, is going to be, Sunil, this is the year end, right? This is almost like the last month of a very, very unique year, as I would call it. I never classify it as bad or good because for me, it's actually been more good than bad. How has it been for you? How has 2020 been for you as an individual? You moved from the corporate world into, and you picked up something you were passionate about, you were telling me. So how's it been for you?
Yeah, it kind of didn't start off that well initially because of the pandemic that began, right? So I moved out of my organization on a positive note, only because I had a few opportunities in the field of music, and I wanted to venture out there and fully fledged start off with something that I always left behind because I've been in the corporate for about 13 years, and prior to that, I was into music, right? So
Hmm.
I was earning through music before that. I plus earning through music earlier to my corporate life. But at the same time, what happened was when I started this year, I wanted to do a lot of things in music, and the pandemic struck in, and it quite didn't do well for me initially, right? But I think that point of time, I realized that we need to take up things the way it is meant to be. Right? Look at things, then look at negativities, turn them into positivities, and move ahead and see what's in store for us. So I really didn't know what's going to happen to me over the next 3 4 months, but I think what really put me ahead was the trust that I had in myself and in God and in my family, right? So and that kept me going. So I think in about 6 months things really started to materialize. I planted a seed way back in March where I dreamt that it could kind of grow up, start budding, and yes, I'm already starting to bud in that particular field. So hoping that I get plenty of water to be able to grow much bigger.
Yeah, who doesn't need a little bit of fodder and water? Tell me. It's all about,
Yes.
I think nourishing yourself, whichever way you can, right? I think, as much as we believe in passion, as much as we believe in, things that that we should do, that we love, right? That's what they say, that you should always do what you love. I think somewhere sustainability is always prime, right? But as a human race, survival instinct is always something that empowers everybody, right? In terms of making that person go ahead in that direction. And no matter how much you want to flow with the flow and go with the flow, everybody needs, I think, to associate with those kind of people who then help that person to actually achieve what they want to achieve, right? So I think somewhere, Sunil, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but I think this whole collaboration that we've come about with, it's not unidirectional. It's not that we are only supporting you. I think what we have found is the strength of every person in the platform, right, who participates and engages with us on any event or going forward in any format of continued association. Their strength actually is going to add to our strength, right? Because we are not a very old platform. We do have some unique things that we do, some good, sensibilities with which we've started this. We want to help a community. We want to create a happy place, in this world, so that every time we feel a little awkward in terms of where is that go-to place which is going to make us smile. I think, one should think about festivals of India. So that's the intent with which I remember I started this, because I couldn't find something like this, around me, thanks to the world having gone online. So all I had to do was get into social media, and it was easy to create a group, right? But that's not how it works. You always need to collaborate with people who think of doing the same thing that you're trying to do, right? So I think happy people make happy places, and music makes everybody happy, Sunil. So that is one reason
Yes.
why you are vital to the family here.
Yes.
So tell us a little about how you have planned your collab workshop with us, because we do want to encourage a lot of people to get to know this, come and attend this, because not everybody would know you or me personally. But I think if we can, discuss this a little bit more, I'm sure you have social media handles which you should post in the, in the chat window here. uh,
Yes.
how have you planned to do this? Because it's an online session, and I'm sure it's a change of medium for you as well. And you've
Yes.
picked up the skill over time in this pandemic year.
Well, what I would be focusing upon during my collab workshops is uh, to spread the news about music. Right. Firstly, it's music. Keeping aside instruments, what exactly music is all about. So the medium that I would be communicating music with through is through the guitar. Right. So I would be giving an introduction of what exactly guitar music is all about, how you can create music through guitar, and what exactly is guitar, where did it come from, what's the evolution of guitar, right? So because
Nice.
not everybody knows where did the guitar come from, right? Because guitar is more than 12,000 years old, right? So it was much older than that, because it was only a derivative of a few instruments which happened earlier. So
Right.
and how music can be played through guitar. So that's more important. Why guitar? Why not a piano or ukulele, or maybe a violin, or any of that instrument? What exactly makes guitar quite attractive than the other instruments? Because when I started to learn the guitar, I found that guitar was like a showstopper, right? Someone who plays the guitar would always be a showstopper. And I really like this instrument because I've been playing for the last 24 years at this point of time. And what I've learned throughout my career in music is that guitar is one instrument where you can carry around wherever you want to go,
Yes.
and you can make it sound empty, you can make it sound full. It's purely on your talent. Okay.
Hmm.
And it's an instrument that's quite stylish as well, because it makes you look more stylish, and you tend to be that spotlight in the crowd, right? So it's like anybody who plays the guitar would become like a center of attraction. So I did
Absolutely.
of an experience when I was, a youth, and when I was playing the guitar. And so, yeah, the guitar is fun, because it's crazy. Sometimes it can turn people mellow, it can turn people wild, make them want to listen to you. And so when all of that happens, you better be good at it. So that's exactly
Oh
what,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
this reminds me of my college days too. I was just listening to you, and I was thinking, who were the kind of people I used to like hanging around when I was younger? Not that I'm old right now. This personally,
Yes.
neither are you. But I was thinking, that I was actually reminiscing that, it was always the music, the guys who were into music, right? Somebody who could play the drums or the guitar, or, who could sing well. I had this affinity towards those kind of folks, because I think, people who could express through music, they had another charm, about themselves, in the sense that, they could just like, grip everybody's attention so well. So I used to like land up attending so many live performances, stage performances, for example, or even jam on terraces. I keep telling my friends that, guys, what happened? Where have your art gone? Everybody's become, gone into the thick of life and have families and kids and stuff right now. But I completely have, I think, that soft corner for somebody who's in the arts and performance space, which is, I think, one reason why Festivals of India started, right? Because I've been encouraging my children that, guys, don't lose this time. Don't lose this time, because you'll never ever find so much of time in your life again. That's what I keep telling them. That if you think that it's tough right now, wait till you become slightly bigger and more busier, because life
Yes.
doesn't get any busy. I think the whole other aspect, Sunil, which I totally appreciate about you, is that you're giving music another chance, right? You did get into the
Yes.
corporate side of
Yes.
your life,
Yes.
and you brought yourself back, which I think is something worth appreciating, because how many people get to do that, right? The people are always looking for ways of earning their ways of earning their survival. They feel that an education, a degree, and the corporate job experience is what it takes to keep moving up the ladder. So complete salute to you for that, Sunil. So uh, totally looking forward. I know I've enrolled my daughter, so I think Suman there is also having Saisha attend the collab. In fact, I'm going to request anybody who's watching this live or who's going to be watching this live to try this out.
Yes.
Sunil is going to be posting his social media links. You should see him play. Okay, so I'm not just his brag partner here, but because we found Sunil so good, we've actually collaborated with you, Sunil, and my next uh, a little pointed question, okay, is going to be this. So I don't know if you've seen our past events. We've always tried to have a celebration space supporting a few causes. And I think, celebration is about having a good time, but also, realizing what really matters from time to time, right? That is happening in our lives. So what we've done for the Christmas New Year event also is that we've taken up three causes which are very, very close to what we believe, is to the festival, in the sense that it relates to the festival as well, and can get all of us talking and thinking positive in this direction. So one is the art of giving, where we're talking about the giver, not the gift. The second is, to make a December to remember, and the third is how family is the center of one's universe. So which is the cause with which you feel more connected, Sunil? How do you connect with the cause, and why?
Um, so, firstly, I would treat all these three very different, and they all three are very different and very unique from each other, right? So, what I exactly have subscribed for is December to Remember, to be honest, because purely wanted to showcase talents.
Hmm.
And yes, I think since December is also a time of giving, right? So I believe it's very important that you look at all three very differently, at the same time give equal importance, right? So
Hmm.
yes, I think as far as my area of interest is concerned at this point of time, I am here for December to Remember.
Excellent. So you are going to share your skills, share your
Yes.
learnings in your art trade, and you feel that that is going to be something that is going to help you remember a month which is bringing this year to an end. Excellent. Uh, how do you foresee yourself in 2021? Do you think you can level up, collab with us better, reach a larger audience, teach more kids? What's the focus area there?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of looking forward to 2021 as well because, and not only that, I'm looking forward to the collab workshop which is about to commence later this week, right? Because
Hmm.
as a person, I believe in taking very tiny steps, baby steps, because there's no point in leaping.
Jumping. Yep.
So it's important you take baby steps. It doesn't matter if you take time; it's okay, but
Hmm.
time, remember the moment,
Yeah.
and grow up. And like, so 2021, I do have a few things in mind, like few goals that I have personally, as well as through the workshop as well, and through this platform. Is that, like, I'm looking at taking my music to a whole new level, right? Because
Hmm.
this year I wanted to give it time in terms of I wanted to bring in healing, because what happens is typically when you leave behind music, so because earlier I used to play for almost like 6 hours, 7 hours a day, right? And then boom, there comes the corporate life, and then you're just practicing for 1 hour every weekend, and 2 hours every week.
Yeah.
So what happens is, over a period of 13 years, you tend to feel that okay, you have become more rusty, right? You become very rusty, and you feel that things are not the same the way it is earlier.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that exactly what happened when I came out of my corporate life. I wasn't as good as I was 13 years back, but it kind of made me believe that it's only a matter of time. So it took me almost like 2 weeks to 3 weeks to kind of uh, get myself back on track, right? And I had to like kind of dig up my old lessons and see what are the things that I can do to come back, on track. So this year I wanted to bring, give it a lot of healing to my music of what I did.
Mm.
So I feel that things have improved a lot, but now,
Mm.
2021, I want to take music to a whole new level. Want to spread the good news. I want to also. I'm also doing a lot of. I'm also planning for a lot of charity-based events in the coming year, right? At a personal level, and maybe through the platform as well, if at all I get something. Because everything that I get, I believe in giving a portion of it, because it's very important that you give to the society in some way or the other, right? So
Absolutely.
when I restarted my career in music, I was just earning about probably around 20% as what I was earning in the corporate in the first month.
Mm.
Still, I made it a point that I should give that 10% of that 20% that I was earning, right? Because I believe it's more important that you give to the society. Give it need not be in terms of monetary values all the time,
Mm.
but it can also be in terms of knowledge,
Mm.
because I mean, you're not a creator in this world, right? So you're only a person who has inborn talents. You're a
Mm.
person who has gathered information from this world, from your ancestors, and a lot of other things, and you're sharing it across to the world. And I mean, that's the way that people can remember you, and that's the best way that you can spread your own knowledge and your own
Absolutely.
experience to the people, and make yourself remembered as well.
No, Sunil, lot of common vibes here because when I'm hearing you, I can't stop but identifying with areas where we think alike. So very honestly speaking, and I was telling you that how this whole association started with art and culture for me. So when I did my architecture in Bombay, right, and obviously got into the hardcore real estate industry, and I was there for 25 years. Again, that was means of survival. And I was always a workaholic. So, whether I liked it or not, I got dragged into something and I always gave it my soul and, self, because I felt that if you had to do something, might as well do something properly, right? Why just get into something for the heck of it? So it's not that I didn't enjoy the space, but what happened this year for me was when I had so much of silence around me, when I had the whole world like literally coming to a standstill and there was so much of silence. The first few things that came across my mind personally was, what is it that I really missed about life? Okay, what is it that really mattered? As for some reason, got a little into retrospection, introspection, and it felt like the whole the 40 years of life was flashing by, and I was trying to figure out those moments of happiness and put it all together, somewhere because everything was very uncertain. Imagine the initial period of the lockdown where there was so much of fear that was instilled, right?
Yes.
That you never know, you couldn't step out of the house and you can't touch this and you can't do that. And everybody was phobic that, God knows what's going to happen when, right? And then I think that is when you start thinking of the worst. You start thinking of what if something happens to you? What if, the worst happens to you, right? And when you're in that moment, right, you always start thinking about connecting with the best times of your life. For some reason, it's like, I don't know whether it's a good parallel to draw, but it's like being on your deathbed and, your life is flashing by and you're trying to pick up the best moments there so that you end your life in a good way. Very honestly speaking, that's exactly what was happening to me every single waking moment of my life during those first 2, 3 months, because I was just noticing everyone live in that fear. So if fear is contagious, right? Like how everything is, like how happiness is, fear too is contagious. And you couldn't just stop thinking. And
Yes.
the first place I went to, the first happy place I went to was back to my adolescent, my early 20s actually, when I was in college and I, was heading the college, the association as a cultural secretary. And I remembered that, those 5 years of education in the university was all great, but the best part was interacting with this amazing community of creative people, right? And bringing them on board. So I was a part of Spic Mackey and lots of stuff was happening at that point of time. So you would meet movie directors, music and dance performers, and you would try to host cultural events. And somehow, that memory, Sunil, had got whitewashed. I had forgotten about it completely forgotten about it. So that was one happy place, right? And the second happy place was, I think, when my kids were born and I was staying in Bombay, in this place called Hiranandani Gardens in Powai. And we had, the Powai Bengali Welfare Association. So thanks to a couple of my friends, in fact, I can name them, so there was this gentleman called Anando Chakravarthy who is the CEO of India Bikes and very good friend actually, he and his family. So he, through another friend, we got together, and he had this platform called Love of Music India, which was
Hmm.
all about collaborating with performers of different kinds, right? And because it was all an offline sort of an event, we never went and got global performers onto the platform. But the idea was, so for every Durga Puja, we would have like the stage on one side, the DT on the other side. And this group put together various kinds of performers and organized cultural, segments for those 4 or 5 days of puja. So we would have like singers perform. So I remembered this, for some reason, Sunil, and I realized, why am I not doing what I should be doing? I mean, this is something that I enjoyed so much. I just love being, hanging around creative people. So sometime around Durga Puja this year, with all that flashback, got a few people together. That's how we started the Festivals of India. And I said, what, everything can go online, right? If everything can go online, why can't we have a celebration space?
Yes.
And that is exactly how Festivals of India was born. And I felt that my kids would find a place, I would find, place to share, meet creative people, and see, this is exactly what is happening. So you have to literally, Sunil, the long and short of the story is, I think, will it that bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Yeah.
about, like you said, chasing after the best means of, livelihood in terms of what's the most well-paying, or money flows. Money flows when it has to flow, right? You can never chase money. This is something that I have learned the hard way. But I think, you have to find yourself and create that happy place for yourself. If you are not in that happy place, you can't be happy forever in that place, right? Somewhere or the other,
True.
you'll get
Very
disconnected, you get thrown out, and you'll end up trying to wonder, what do I do next? So that's my story. Okay, that's individually my story, and I think it's been a great journey the last 3 months. Probably I have enjoyed 2020 the most in
Yeah, me
terms
too.
of
Me too.
yeah, seriously, right? You kind of land up doing everything that you didn't dream about. And that's how uncertain life is. When you think of the worst, but you could just open the door to a new world of opportunities, right? You just have to be awake and alert. So Sunil, with that, I wish you all the best. And I
Thank you.
think anything that I can personally do for you, this platform can personally do for you, we will be more than happy to collaborate, because that is the intention, right? We are into a collaborative space. We are trying to have the most unique and engaged community that you could ever come across, right? That's my vision, honestly speaking. So I have this amazing partner in Suman right now. She stays in US, and we have like a sounding board with each other. So I keep telling her that, well, Suman, let's find unique people. Let's find and collaborate with unique people. People who we should bring up, create visibility for. So thank you so much for collaborating. I would now, request you to wish our audience. We have Christmas around the corner. We have New Year around the corner. I'm not sure whether we get to do another live with you. I'll try and figure out some excuse, but please do wish all of us, watching us right now, watching you right now, actually, as your parting message. That will be very sweet of you. In a
Certainly.
musical
Yeah.
way. Did I add the word the musical way? I didn't do that.
Yeah,
That's
before I
that's
could get musical, I actually want to wish all the viewers thank you so much for your participation in this live interview, and I wish each and every one of you, families, your friends, and your loved ones, a very blessed Christmas and a happy New Year to come as well. Right? And yeah, I think Monisha won't let me go without performing. So I'm going to perform a very simple song that I love playing the guitar when I was learning the guitar, because it kind of carries a long way. And I was super excited when I learned this song because it involved a lot of plucking, as well as trying to strum, as well as trying to sing at the same time. Right. So this is a song which I learned first on the guitar. It's called "Wherever You Will Go." So lately, been wondering who will be there to take my place when I'm down. You need love to light the shadows on your face. If a greater wave shall fall, it will fall upon us all. And between the sand and stone, could you make it all your own? If I could, then I would. I'd go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'd go wherever you will go. And maybe I'll find out the way to make it back someday. To want you, to guide you through the darkest of your day. If a great wave shall fall, it will fall upon us all. And I hope there's someone out there who can bring me back to you. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Sunil. So mesmerizing. I didn't feel like completely getting off this year. But so happy that you could be with us. Sunil, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait for the collab to start. So I'm probably going to jump into one of your classes myself. So thank you
Surely.
so much and wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Monisha. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Take
Take
care.
care. Bye
Bye.
bye.